want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Hello, I'm C.T. Sorrentino, Lieutenant Colonel, U.S. Air Force, retired. I was planning on doing this much more professionally on the first episode of my podcast, but the situation hasn't lent itself to that, and I feel that I need to go online right now and tell y'all what's going on. I'm a disabled combat veteran. Spent 20 years in the Air Force. Operation Joint Endeavor, Operation Allied Force, Operation Southern Watch, Operation Enduring Freedom. For combat operations, 2 years in combat zones. And the VA is useless. The VA is broken. Hard broke. Providers, staff are telecommuting from home. This is years after COVID. They're still telecommuting from home. I spent 2 months recently in the USA trying to get help for my PTSD, my depression, my anxiety, my brain fog. 2 months at the Vancouver, Washington VA, and they did absolutely nothing. I saw one doctor the entire time I was there, a rheumatologist. In 60 days, over 60 days, I was able to see one doctor, okay? This is the way the VA works. They don't do what Donald Trump used to call veterans' choice. They call it community care or something like that now. Used to be that you could get in within, if you couldn't get into the VA within 30 days, they would send you into the community. So you could get in right away, especially for crisis, like mental health crisis, like I'm going through right now. But they don't do that anymore. I spent 60 days in the USA trying to get help for my physical issues, okay, which are severe. Been sick for 4 years now, extremely ill, haven't left the house in 5 months. And the VA was completely useless, completely useless. At the same time, I was filing my VA PAC claim for my disabilities. In 2005, I retired from the Air Force. And I was first assigned a 50% disability, 10% for anxiety and depression, which is absurd. And sorry, my brain fog, I got terrible cognitive issues. So if I lose track of where I was going, bear with me. What was I saying? Anyway, the VA is hard broke. They don't care if you're suicidal. They got to cross their T's and dot their I's, and that's all they give a shit about. And working from home, got to work from home. It's absolutely ridiculous. Veterans are dying. Used to be 22 a day. I'm sure the number's much higher than that because I almost died several times. I just didn't complete. I just attempted my second suicide on the 9th of December, thanks to the VA and the Veterans of Foreign Wars. Okay. I've been struggling for 4 years physically. I've been struggling for 6 months. Terrible struggling. Unable to leave the house. Depressed beyond belief. Anxiety through the roof. It's a fucking nightmare. And the VA doesn't give a shit. Oh, you're in Portugal. Okay, we live in Portugal because right now because my wife's mother is sick and we've been here taking care of her. But the VA doesn't give a shit about veterans overseas. They can't even call you overseas. They don't. You can't even put in an overseas non-U.S. phone number into their system. How many thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of veterans are living overseas right now, like me, and can't get any services from the VA? The VA does not support veterans overseas. Okay, I'm trying to get into a program, residential treatment program for PTSD in the States because I tried to kill myself about 3 weeks ago. And my depression and anxiety are through the roof. If I don't get treatment soon, something bad's going to happen. I've had very poor impulse control for the last 4 years because of I got sick after I got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, and I've been sick ever since. I can't think. The brain fog is terrible. It's overwhelming, and it's miserable. So excuse me, I lost my train of thought. I have no idea what I was talking about. Anyway, the VA is in terrible shape. They basically traumatized me. Let me tell you the quick story. I been asking the VA for help since my suicide attempt on the 9th of December. And besides ignoring my messages for over a week, 10 days, I finally got a response from my VA psychiatrist, Dr. Eisenberg of the Vancouver VA, telling me there's nothing they would do for me. Period. There's nothing we're going to do for you. We don't care if you're suicidal. We don't care if you tried to kill yourself. You're overseas, so you're on your own, buddy. You know, here I am in Portugal. I don't speak Portuguese. The fucking doctors here, they don't speak English. How am I supposed to get mental health treatment in Portugal when they don't speak English and they're incompetent? Okay. I've been trying for a month to get help in the US. I'm currently working with UCLA, Operation Mend. They've been very kind and have taken the time to talk to me. As a matter of fact, last night, to get me into their PTSD program. First people I've talked to in a month. Okay, I've been begging for help from the VA, the VFW, Disabled American Veterans, Wounded Warrior Project, you name it. They don't give a shit. None of them. They don't give a shit about veterans. Okay, all they care about is bringing in members and money. Okay, Wounded Warrior Project, they won't even respond. I sent them an email begging for help. Wounded Warrior Project, okay, supposed to be protecting wounded warriors, and they didn't even bother to respond. And my wife sent an email to him asking him, "How come you don't respond to my husband?" And again, no response. Okay, these are our veteran nonprofits in business. VFW fuck me on my claim. They are negligent. Okay, they didn't submit all the disabilities that I asked them to submit. Okay, that weren't submitted in 2005 for some reason, or 2007 in my appeal, where I went up to 80%. So they failed to list some very critical disabilities in my application, my PAC claim application. That was the start. Okay, I found out about this actually when my claim had already been decided. So I was in the States for 2 months, specifically to attend these PAC claim exams, CNP exams, they call them, by this incompetent contractors that the VA has, VES, OptumServe, QTC, these idiots who are running the VA CNP exam process. They make appointments for you without even asking you, okay? Appointments, for example, I had one for the next day. Okay, I got a letter in the mail saying you have an appointment tomorrow morning, 60 miles away. Okay, I had I had appointments. I had business. I can't just cancel everything and go to appointment. Okay, the next day. Other appointments. Okay, there was appointments that were made for me. Things started to fall apart while I was in Portland, Oregon, trying to get help from the VA for my physical disabilities and also on my PAC claim. Traveled there on my own expense, spent over $5,000 in 60 days to get this VA PAC claim done correctly. Okay. And Joseph Stutzman, my VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars Veteran Service Officer, this asshole, disappeared mid claim. Excuse me. In mid September. Okay. I was leaving, I was there from October 13th through October 14th, 2 months, over 2 months. And Joseph Stutzman disappeared, wouldn't respond to my emails as of mid September when my claim was falling apart. Okay, I saw it falling apart. I saw these appointments coming up, and after I was actually leaving and stuff, and he dropped the ball. He was negligent. Okay, so he wasn't able to intervene and get these appointments back on track. I finally ended up getting appointments. I left October 14th from the US. And on November 5th, okay, I got a notification um, from United States Postal Service saying that I had a letter coming. I had no idea what it was because I'm in Portugal. Okay, and did this all through the USPS website. I found out on the 19th of November when my son finally arrived at our house in Washington State. He opened up the letters and sent them to me, and they were appointments. Okay, this package with the appointments notifications in it was sent to me. It was mailed on November 5th. Okay, I left Washington, Portland, Oregon, on October 14th. Fuck you. And the VA knew this. They knew I was leaving on October 14th. So I get a package with these appointments on mailed on November 5th, arrived on November 6th, okay, for the first appointment, which was 2 days earlier, November 4th, okay. I got notified 2 days after. Actually, it turned out to be 15 days after because the house was empty, when they mailed this package there. So no one was there to open it. And so I sat there for 15 days. So the appointments, fuck. Sorry. 3 appointments, one for the 4th of November, I think one for the 11th and one for the 12th of November. Okay, remember my son didn't get there until November 19th. So I knew nothing about these appointments until they were already over. Thanks to the morons, the idiots, the cretins, the incompetence at these contractors, Best, OptumServe, QTC. It's completely broken. Okay. These idiots have no idea what they're doing. You can't reschedule. You call and reschedule and they cancel your appointment. It's a fucking nightmare. Okay. It's completely broken. So, long story short, I've been abused by the VA. I've been traumatized by the VA because of their complete incompetence, not only in not helping me figure out what's going on with my health. Okay. I feel like I'm fucking dying. I haven't left the house in 5 months. I have no energy. I can't think. My brain doesn't fucking work. My anxiety is through the roof. My depression is worse than it's ever been. It's the most god awful feeling I've ever had in my life. And it's been going on for a month and nobody gives a fuck. Okay. I sit here in Portugal trying to get help, begging for help, and nobody gives a fuck. This is the way the VA is working. Okay. And this is the way the VA treats its veterans with complete contempt, zero compassion. It's a fucking nightmare. It's broken. It's hard broke. And veterans deserve better than this. Okay, if it wasn't for my wife, I'd be dead by now. Okay, I've been telling my VA psychiatrist since August when I first met him. Never met him actually. Talked to him on the phone because he's working from home like everybody else. Fucking useless bastards. Psychiatrist working from home. Before Biden took over as president, the VA was in actually pretty good shape. I was getting decent care there. Okay. The Veterans Choice Program was working pretty well. But since Biden's taken over, it's completely gone to shit. I can't believe what a nightmare it is. I could go on and on and on about how broken the system is, but you get the idea. I'm trying to get into UCLA. Basically, the last opportunity for me to get help because I'm going to die. Not because I intentionally try to kill myself, but I have no impulse control since I got this long COVID or whatever the fuck it is. I have zero impulse control. My personality has completely changed. I've become impulsive, aggressive, angry, put myself and others in danger many, many times. I've gotten like 8 speeding tickets since I got here. I had one speeding ticket 20 years ago before I came here. I'm just a different person. My wife will tell you it's my personality has completely changed, and I can't deal with it anymore. I'm gonna die if something doesn't change. And so I'm talking to you, and this is going to be much more organized in the future. It's going to be much more professional. But I need to get this out there and let you know what's going on, and maybe keep you up to date as I try and get help. It's not looking very good right now. If I suddenly disappear, it's because I'm dead. Not because I wanted to kill myself. It's because the VA wouldn't help me. Nobody would help me. And all it takes is one impulse and a lack of impulse control, and I'm a dead man. So almost happened on December 9th. It also happened in January 2020 when I was in Phoenix, Arizona. Here's something else I want to talk to you about before I sign off. Alcoholism, alcohol abuse in the military. Okay. It's been going on for generations. You can't tell anybody you have an alcohol problem in your military. You can't seek mental health care when you're in the military because it'll end your career. You're an alcoholic, you have mental problems. Okay, your career is over. So we don't go to the doctor. We don't go to mental health. All right. We don't talk to people about our alcohol abuse, our alcoholism. Okay, because it's going to end your career. So when you get out, okay, how many of us are alcoholics? 50%, 75%. I have no fucking idea when we get out of the military because we use alcohol to self-medicate. You can't go to mental health. You can't get help from doctors. So you self-medicate with alcohol. You can't smoke dope, because you get thrown out of the military. So you use alcohol, but you can't tell anybody that you're abusing alcohol. So how many veterans, I'd say probably close to 100%, their alcohol problems are not diagnosed, they're not assessed by the military or the VA when we get out, when we retire. So 50, 75, 100%, I don't know how many people who have drinking problems, a lot coming out of the military because you shove that shit down for years and years because you have nobody to talk to about it. You shove it and shove it and shove it, and then it blows up out of fucking control. And there you are, dead, in jail, whatever the case may be. See, I lost my train of thought again. I have no idea what I was talking about. Anyway. I'm mad as fucking hell as I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm not going to take it anymore. Okay. I'm going to get the word out. I notified the chairman of the House Committee on Veterans Affairs yesterday. Volunteered to testify before Congress. I want to tell people what I know, what I've experienced, how I've been fucked by the VA, how all of us have been fucked by the VA. Okay. I want to go and testify before. I don't like talking in front of people. I just don't like crowds. I don't like people in general. Okay. But I don't like talking. But I'll go and testify before Congress, even though I absolutely would hate it. But I'll go, and because it's important to expose these fucking idiots for who they are, these incompetent, uncompassionate bureaucrats, the deep state that runs the VA, the deep state that runs the Vancouver VA. These are the people making decisions for veterans. These are the people making decisions that affect veterans' lives. Okay. They don't care about veterans. They don't care about veterans. The VFW doesn't care about veterans. Wounded Warrior Project doesn't care about veterans. Disabled American Veterans doesn't care about veterans. Okay. They'll have veterans in their name. They're supposed to be veterans, nonprofits, veterans organizations. But they don't give a fuck about veterans. All they care about is getting members, selling t-shirts, making fucking money. Stay tuned. We'll see what happens with my fuck. Sorry. See what happens with my claim and my current situation, which is not good. Anyway, I'll be back for an update, maybe a little more professional, maybe put a little script together so I'm not so all over the place. But thanks for checking in. God bless you, and pray for veterans, okay? Because we need all the help we can get right now.